We've talked about it before, but how much does that rattle you to be ready to go and all of a sudden have to come to a stop?
It's more frustrating than anything else. You're so excited to compete, and then, you come to a stop. A beautiful front aerial back tuck combination for Destiny Davis over on beam for Oregon State. I am a very proud former teammate of Destiny. I did club gymnastics with her when she was growing up, so it's great to see her having so much success at Oregon State.
Davis from Woodland, Washington. I'm guessing somewhere across the border up by your neck of the woods.
Yes, right up the street from my house. Beautiful stuck landing, great routine to finish Oregon State's night on beam.
Trained at Multnomah Athletic Club, home of a few notable Hornet gymnasts.
Definitely.
Cairo Leonard Baker on floor for the Sun Devils.
Finishing up her routine with a big double pike. It was a great floor rotation for Arizona State to start off the meet.
It looks like both Oregon State and Arizona State will use their exhibition. Lacey Dagan for Oregon State, Maya Williams for Arizona State still to come. We will give you the team scores once we get these last two in. Right now, it is Oregon State already at a 49.05 before that routine from Destiny Davis. Arizona State's at a 48.95, and so the Beavers right now with a low of 9.7. Anything above that will raise their team score. Oregon State's low currently a 9.8, so when you know it's going to be a good night when you can have that be your low score.
Absolutely.
And actually they will not count the score from Davis as she scores 9.775. So Oregon State concludes at a 49.050. There is an inquiry out for the Sun Devils and the Beavers, so we will see how that goes.
Back handspring layout step out, she just looked like she didn't land with her chest high enough after that layout, causing her to fall. But that's why you do exhibition routines, to get those nerves out and just get some more time under your belt in the competition setting.
So Oregon State's score didn't change. Arizona State's will, a 9.9 on floor from Cairo Leonard Baker, and that takes the Sun Devils to a 49.15 and gives them the lead here in the first rotation. Well, the judges must know it's senior night because the scores have been high across the board for all four teams, and when you're chasing postseason positioning, everybody likes to finally get those big numbers.
Definitely. You've worked all year just fine-tuning all of those little details, the toe points, the landings, and it's exciting to finally get rewarded for all of that hard work.
I do feel like scoring's been high nationally this year. In years past, the low to mid 194 RQS would give you a chance in the top 36, and right now I believe the 36 spot is at a 195.5 is what you have to get into the, just to creep into the top 36, and so scoring obviously has risen, as has the skill level. Seems like every year the skills become more and more incredible, and the judges have a hard time keeping up with them.
Yeah, I think college gymnastics has gained a little bit more popularity in recent years, with even with people, who have grown up doing gymnastics. They aspire to do college gymnastics even after they've trained elite and gone and competed at the national team level. So that's great for our sport, but it also increases the level of competition and makes sure you have to make sure at whatever level school you're at that you're keeping up with that change in the skill level and the scoring.
Yeah, it's always It seems like the scoring will escalate, then they'll make changes to the scoring system. It'll drop them back down, and they'll start to climb over again. And you said scoring has been up over the last few years, so we'll see if the judging body decides to make some changes to it and brings it back down. The first rotation is complete. The teams will rotate. Sacramento State will go to bars, UC Davis to beam. Oregon State heads to floor. Arizona State goes to vault. We will take a break. We'll come back and let you know if there's any changes to the scores. But right now, Arizona State in the lead at a 49.150. Oregon State second at 49.050. Sacramento State in third at 48.725. UC Davis in fourth at 48.65. You're watching Hornet Gymnastics on Pluto TV.
Our scorers after the first rotation in fourth place with a score of 48.650, UC Davis. In third place with a score of 48.725, Sacramento State. In second place with a score of 49.050, Oregon State. And in first place with a score of 49.150, Arizona State. Teams, this is your 4-minute touch one-up period. The lineups in rotation number 2. For Arizona State on the left, Kieran Szymanski, Corinne Belka, Justin Newman, Ann Kuhn, Kyra Leonard, Gordon Wilson, and Gracie Rushton in exhibition. For UC Davis, Olga Green, Yasmin Yenta-Parks, Claire Jones, Alyssa Ito, Alice Suzuki, Kelly Rivera, Alexis Brown, and Jamie Panchak in exhibition. For Oregon State on the floor, Savannah Force, Naya Mack, Mary Jacobson, McKenna Sinlin, Isis Lowry, and Caitlin Yanish. For the Hornets on the bars, Courtney Ing, Jordan Grant, Jackie Simpson, Annie Juarez, Caitlin Solana, Courtney Solana, and in exhibition, Lauren Rice.
Welcome back here to the nest. First rotation complete. Arizona State, did have a change on their first rotation as Callis' score was taken up to a 9.75. So that gives the Sun Devils a 49.15. As we head to rotation at number 2, let's get you the lineups. On vault for Arizona State. Will be Caitlin Savansky, Corinne Belkoff, Jessica Gannon, Ann Coombe, Kyra Leonard-Baker, Morgan Wilson, and exhibition from Gracie Rushton. On bars, Courtney Ing, Jordan Brent, Jackie Sampson, Annie Warris, Caitlin Solowata, Courtney Solowata, and then Lauren Rice back performing exhibition for the first time. For Davis over on beam, Yasmin Yextaparis, Kara Jones, Alyssa Ito, Aya Suzuki, Kelly Hebert, Alexis Brown, Jamie Panchek, and Oregon State on floor, Savannah Force, Nia Mack, Mary Jacobson, McKenna Singley, Isis Lowry, and Caitlin Yanish. So Courtney Ing up first for Sacramento State. We'll see her in a second. Senior night, our first senior. Her final performance will be coming up. She is a one-event specialist. Oregon State's right now going on floor. This is Savannah Force. You can see her out of the corner of your screen. And mounting on beam for UC Davis, Yasmin Yextaparis.
UC Davis is very strong on beam this year. So expect them to have a good rotation. Cartwheel double full dismount for Yasmin over on beam for Davis. A solid routine to start them off. Senior Courtney Ing has started bars for the Hornets. She opened with a very strong Stalter to a Takachev. And then you saw the straddle back down to the low bar. Full pirouette, double back dismount. Beautiful landing. It's so exciting to have her in the lineup every week on bars. She's struggled with injuries her entire career, so to see her have such great success her senior season has been such a joy. 3
ACL surgeries, I believe, 2 on one knee, 1 on the other. She's missed parts of a year and a half during her career, has had some struggles with the dismount of late and able to pull it off here in her final home meet of the year. You can see the emotion on the floor. But a good job by Courtney Ing to get Sacramento State started. Caitlin Safransky scored a 9.8 for Arizona State in their first vault of the second rotation. We did have one more score changed during that first rotation, so it was a 49-1 now for Oregon State as they had an adjustment to Lazaro's score.
Opening tumbling pass with double pike. Go over to bars where it's freshman Jordan Brent.
9.6 the score for Savannah Force on floor. Courtney Ing score a 9.775 to start for Sacramento State.
Jordan gears up for her dismount. Full twisting double back, a little close to the bar on that dismount. She's forced to kind of take some step backs on the landing. Jordan has struggled with an ankle injury as of late, so I think she might have maybe hurt that a little bit. on that dismount.
Yeah, she's been limited in what she can do. Bars right now, the only thing for Jordan Brent as the injuries continue to mount up for the Hornets this time of year. Arizona State had a fall on vault in their second gymnast, Corinne Belkoff. Jessica Ginn went in a 9-7 at 2-5 for the Sun Devils right now. So they're halfway through, and Ann Coombe just wins. So they've actually 4 of their 6 are already through the order for Arizona State as they're wasting no time over on vault. Alyssa Ito will be up next on beam for UC Davis. For Sacramento State coming up will be Jackie Sampson, who's going to go. So Sampson was pulled for 2 events. She is left in the lineup on bars. I know it's not traditionally a leg event, but how much will a hamstring affect you on bars?
It shouldn't affect her too much, maybe a little bit on the landing of the dismount, but other than that, she should be good on this event. She starts off with a beautiful release move combination. Like we've mentioned before, Jackie is so beautiful to watch. Her lines are absolutely perfect. Ends with a double front dismount. Pretty big step on the landing, but that's the only real deduction in that routine. Back over to floor for Oregon State, Mary Jacobson. And beam for UC Davis unfortunately comes off on that series. A little hesitant on those beam leaps as we switch back over to floor. Great routine for Mary Jacobson for the Beavers. Now over to bars, senior Annie Juarez. Opens with a piked Jaeger to a shoot over down to the low bar. Here's a very quick routine. She gears up for her dismount. Half pirouette to a 1.5 dismount. Great landing. She's fired up for her last bar routine in the nest. She's fired up after about every other routine as well.
Definitely an emotional competitor. So Arizona State is already done on vault, a 48.95, and bonus points for speed as they crush through those 6 faster than any team I've ever seen.
I don't even think I saw them, and we're sitting right in front of the vault. McKenna Singley on floor for Oregon State opens with a front tuck, step out to a double back.
.9875 the score for Mary Jacobson.
Beautiful double pike for her second pass. Senior Caitlin Solowata on bars for the Hornets now. A little close to the low bar on her pack salto release move, but she was able to work out of it nicely.
Annie Juarez scored a 9.775, matching Jackie Sampson and Courtney Ing.
Double layout dismount, small step on the landing. She is the school record holder, so it won't match her career high, but it should be a good score for the Hornets. The Beavers continued to be very, very solid on floor exercise.
So Aya Suzuki wrapping it up for UC Davis. Kelly Hebert will be next up for the Aggies. Isis Lowry, I believe, the next competitor for Oregon State.
And senior Courtney Soloata for the Hornets on bars, getting ready to go. It is a bar lineup packed full of seniors.
Really, it would have been even more so had Lauren Rice been healthy this year. It would have been a lineup that would have had up to 5, possibly 6 seniors.
A little over on that half pirouette, but was able to save it. Shows the strength that these gymnasts need. A little short on her shoot over handstand. Gears up for her double layout dismount. Beautiful body position, small hop back on the landing.
Caitlin Solowata scored 9.775, so the Hornets now with 4 scores of that number over on floor. McKenna Singley a 9.9, and that will vault her to the top of the leaderboard right now on floor. As you see Isis Lowry now competing on floor.
As for the Hornets on bars, they're definitely capable of bigger scores. They're making some uncharacteristic little mistakes. Usually they're very, very clean on their landings and the handstands, but they're a little short on things, a little loose in their body positions, and that just, brings the score from 9.8, 9.85 that we saw from them last week down to that 9.75, 9.775 range.
Kelly Hebert up on beam for UC Davis. Aya Suzuki did fall, so the Aggies will count a fall in this rotation as they've had 2.
Beautiful stuck round off 1.5 over on beam. And senior Lauren Rice in exhibition on bars for the Hornets. It's great to see her back in the lineup.
It will be a watered down dismount, I was told. And
she does a beautiful Mark lob. And here's her little fun dismount, just to say that she was able to compete one last time in the nest. I'm sure the judges were a little confused with that, but she had fun, which is all that matters on senior night.
Randy Solario said it's about a level 4 dismount.
Maybe even a little less.
She might get bonus points for the tinsel in her hair, though. That's could help her
nice
cause.
Addition.
Said Rice had the option of coming back next year. She has decided not to, so she ended up competing tonight as on the exhibition, just to get one last routine in with the Hornets. And a new leader on beam, Kelly Hebert of UC Davis, a 9.925.
It's unfortunate that the Aggies had those 2 falls on beam because they are definitely capable of putting up a big number on.
And add another
beam.
one now as Alexis Brown comes off, a rare one for Brown, who was the MPSF Gymnast of the Year last year. And a 9.9 on floor for Isis Lowry.
Saw a beautiful opening double layout over on floor for Oregon State. Another solid second pass.
Brown, who was fantastic all of last season, still been very good, has had some help this year as UC Davis has really bolstered their lineup. Hebert and then Kessler, who is not competing tonight as she was injured in warm-ups, both all-arounders as well. But Brown had an unusual score a couple weeks ago, scored a 2 on bars, and actually required me to call over to talk to my counterpart at UC Davis to see how do you possibly score 2, and he said she went for her mount on bars and made contact with the bar, and just at that point decided it wasn't worth getting back on and took the 2 and called it a night.
Sometimes you just have those days, and I think she rebounded well tonight, so that's all that matters.
So Oregon State wraps up floor. That is Caitlin Yanish.
The Beavers are yelling 10. We'll see if the judges reward her. It was a very nice routine.
I've been working Hornet gymnastics for, let's say 15 years, will be generous, and I don't think I've ever seen a 10 awarded in this building.
I have not seen one either. I've actually only seen one 10 live, and that was earlier this season at Stanford.
And we will not see one tonight, as it will be a 9.95, at least from one of the judges. So tentatively right now, we said Oregon State scored 48.95. UC Davis's final beam score has come in, and it is a 9.25 for Alexis Brown. And that will give the Aggies a total of 47.725 on the event. Over on floor, it's a 9.925 is the score for Yanish, as a very good rotation for Oregon State, as the Beavers score 49.375 on floor. Sacramento State wraps up bars with a 48.8. And so through 2 rotations, right now Oregon State in the lead at 98.475. Arizona State second at 98.1. Sacramento State in third, 97.525. UC Davis fourth at 96.375. We'll step aside. The teams will rotate. We're at the midway point here of this 4-team meet. Sacramento State heads over to bars. Everybody else moves up one as well. This is Hornet Gymnastics on Pluto TV.
Our scores after 2 rotations. In 4th place with a score of 96.375 UC Davis. In 3rd place with a score of 97.525 Sacramento State. In 2nd place with a score of 98.1 Arizona State. And in 1st place with a score of 98.475 Oregon State. Teams are now in the 4-minute touch warm-up period. Our lineups in rotation. Number 3 for Oregon State on the ball. Shereen Colleges, McKenna Singley, Caitlin Yanish, Destiny Davis, Lena Green, and Mary Jacobson. For Arizona State on the bars, Morgan Wilson, Justine Collis, Caitlin Safransky, Ashley Safransky, Ann Kuhn, Kyra Victor, and Michelle Wisconsin in exhibition. For UC Davis on the floor, Roxanne Agat, Amanda Kressler, Kara Jones, Yasmin Yanktaparis, Kelly Adair, and Alexis Brown. For the Hornets on the beam, Kendra Breyer, Lauren Schmitz, Chandler Brenner, Annie Juarez, Caitlin Solowata, and Courtney Solowata.
We go to the third rotation. Oregon State on vault, Arizona State on bars. Sacramento State goes to beam. UC Davis to floor. Here are the lineups. Shireen Kamadus will lead off for Oregon State. McKenna Singley, Caitlin Yanish, Destiny Davis, Lena Green, and Mary Jacobson. For Arizona State, Morgan Wilson, Justine Callis, Caitlin Zafransky, Ashley Zafransky, Ann Coombe, Kyra Leonard-Baker, and Nichelle Christofferson. For Sacramento State, Kendra Breda, Lauren Schmeiss, Jennifer Brenner, Annie Juarez, Caitlin Solowata, and Courtney Solowata. And for UC Davis, Roxana Aga, Amanda Presswood, Kara Jones, Yasmin Yextaparis, Kelly Hebert, and Alexis Brown here in rotation number 3. So scores are pretty much how they probably thought they would have been right now. Obviously, the two teams ranked among the top 20, Arizona State and Oregon State, having their own battle right now. Oregon State has pulled away with a good showing on floor, an amazing showing, 49-375, has given them a almost 4/10 lead as they lead by .375. For first place, Arizona State second at 98-1. Sacramento State has gained some separation after UC Davis counted a pair of falls on beam, ended up with a 47-725. But for Sacramento State right now, a 97-525 puts you right on pace for about a 195 if you double that out. But these two events have not been kind to Sacramento State this year, both beam and floor. Beam can score well when they hit, but as UC Davis showed, it is a tricky event, and it will take the best of teams down in a heartbeat.
Definitely. The Hornets are very capable of scoring well on balance beam. It's a little tricky on senior night. You have so much energy and so much emotion, so you have to figure out how to channel that into kind of an inspired performance and not let the excitement push you off the beam.
Shireen Kamadus leads off for the Hornets. Their last 4 gymnasts in the lineup, all seniors. And this is one of the events we talked about. Had Lauren Rice been healthy, you could have had all 5 going. And really, if Rice was healthy on bars, you could have had all 6.
It's crazy. It is definitely.
Actually, that's not true. Jen Brenner will not do bars, but yes. You could have 5, though.
She was training bars early in the season, so it wasn't too off that they could have had 6 seniors in a lineup.
This is not a senior. In fact, as a freshman, Kendra Breda, one of the pleasant surprises for the team this year, a local product who has really embraced this leadoff role for the Hornets.
Yeah, she has been great leadoff for the Hornets, very solid, very calm competitor, and it's great to establish that trust as a freshman. It kind of hopefully will solidify her in the next 4 years, and she'll gain the needed confidence. She has done a beautiful single element skill in the front aerial as well as her series. Her lead combination is something that she's working on. A little slow in the connection, but she has worked really hard on getting her flexibility up. And a stuck dismount. That's a great routine to start the Hornets off on balance beam.
We jump over to floor. Yasmin Yex-Taparis in the leadoff spot for the Aggies. Yep, excuse me. Nope, this is Roxana Goff. I read my rotations incorrectly. (9-8-2-5, 9-8-7-5). The two scores right now for Oregon State over on vault as they continue to have a magnificent night. And you couldn't see it, but let me tell you, Caitlin Yanish just skied off the table. Huge elevation, and I would imagine another big score for OSU. (9-7-2-5), the leadoff score from Morgan Wilson on bars for Arizona State.
Lauren Schmeiss up next for the Hornets on beam. Starts her routine off with a little side cartwheel on her chest, a move made popular by former Hornet Kaylee Hansen. Another great beam worker for the Hornets. Back handspring layout step out. Her chest was a little low on that landing, so she had a pretty big wobble, but was able to stay on the beam. We saw a big Yurchenko layout full from Destiny Davis on vault for Oregon State.
Kendra Breda tied her career best, a 9-8 in that leadoff spot. Good start for Sacramento State. You did see the big check from Schmeiss, so it'll be a couple tenth deduction for her. And a 9-7-2-5 for Roxana Goff for the Aggies on floor.
Lauren finishes up with a gainer layout full with a beautiful stuck landing. A solid routine for the Hornets, but probably a routine or score that they'll like to drop.
(9-8) for Destiny Davis. That is the low through the first four for Oregon State.
A big front handspring pike half over on vault. Slight step back on the landing. She definitely has the height and distance to stick that vault.
That was Lena Green. Now on floor is Amanda Presswood. Justine Callis, a 9-7-2-5 for ASU on bars. We're going to bounce over to bars now as this is Caitlin Zafransky. As we will
Full
have
pirouette to a double back dismount, a little close to the bar on that dismount landing.
back-to-back Zafranskis for Arizona State, back-to-back Solowatas for Sacramento State. The Zafranskis a year apart in school.
Senior Jennifer Brenner on beam now for the Hornets. Start her routine off with a front aerial.
Lauren Schmeiss scored a 9-6 for Sacramento State. Score they will hope not to count.
Back handspring, layout step out, slight wobble. She tries to dance out of it to see if the judges catch that or not.
Caitlin Zafransky a 9-7-5. Another wobble as you see from Brenner. And these might be those senior nerves you were talking about.
A little bit. No, it's hard on senior night. You want everything to be absolutely perfect, but it's important to just do the gymnastics that you do every single day in the gym and the same gymnastics you've been doing for years before that.
Mary Jacobson completes the rotation for Oregon State on vault, a 9.875, and so the Beavers follow their 49.375 on floor with a 49.25 on vault and now have a 147.725 total through 3 events.
Kara Jones on floor for UC Davis. Opens with a double pike. A little low with her chest on the landing.
Amanda Presswood, a 9.8 in the routine before.
Second tumbling pass, front handspring, front pull, front layout.
Annie Juarez is mounted on beam for Sacramento State. We'll bounce over there in a second. We have Juarez up at 9.625 for Jennifer Brenner. You said how the judges will react. One went a 9.5, the other a 9.7, so one give a little more credit for that dance out.
Definitely. Sometimes you can trick a judge. This has been a very solid routine for Annie. Beautiful leap combination. Annie is one of the most confident gymnasts that I've ever known and competed with, which is such a great trait to have, especially college gymnastics when you compete every weekend.
Absolutely sticks the dismount. You can see the emotion for Juarez. She's another one that's battled through a couple of surgeries, had a magnificent start to her career, 6 meets as a freshman, then missed the next year, almost 2 years. So part of one season, all of the next, and then part of last year has come back and had a great senior season. We said chasing it all around a berth into the regionals, and a great beam routine for Annie Juarez.
Definitely. Lauren Rice was asking for a 10.
Last 2 scores for Arizona State over on bars is a 9.75 for Ashley Safransky, a 9.775 for Kuhn.
A little mistake over on bars for Arizona State. Had to pause before that cast handstand, but goes into a massive full twisting double back dismount with a beautiful landing. Unfortunate mistake in the middle of that routine. Not quite sure what happened.
It's going to be a 9.875 for Annie Juarez, and we'll see where that ranks for the senior, who really just started doing beam this year, and that will be a career high, obliterating her previous high of 9.8.
Now have senior Caitlin Solowata up on beam. Starts the routine off with her leap combination. Both Caitlin and Courtney, like Annie, are great competitors. They're just so confident in their gymnastics.
A little bit of a check there.
breath, and a beautiful front toss. And just the dismount left. She will do a front full. Small hop forward on the landing, but a great routine from the senior.
Switch over to bars. This is the exhibition. Michelle Christofferson. Arizona State is complete a 48-7-2-5. So the gap between ASU and Oregon State continues to grow. Now 9/10 as Oregon State is on pace for, I believe, about a 196 plus.
They have been in that high 196, 197 range for the past few meets. And that's where they need to be going into regionals and nationals.
Yasmin Yex-Taparis, the big score, a 9.875 for UC Davis. This is Kelly Hebert up now for the Aggies, as UC Davis is going to put up a solid number on floor. And it will be a 9.8 for Caitlin Solowata for Sacramento State.
Solowata over on balance beam just did a wonderful back handspring layout step out to start her routine off. We'll also do a front toss and another great landing. Deep breath as she gears up for her dismount. It will be a back handspring, gainer layout full. Great routine from the senior and another good routine for the Hornets, and should be a good score that they can count.
Hornets are counting a 9.6 right now. They're at a 48.7, so anything above a 9.6 will raise them up close to that target range of 49. Should have to get a 9.9 to get there. Just got a note from Mark Combo that the Kelly Hebert score over on beam tied the school record as she had a 9.925. And on floor, she just followed with a 9.85.
A beautiful double back from Alexis Brown for the Aggies on floor.
A 9.875, so the Hornets will come up just short of a 49 on beam from Courtney Solowata. This is Alexis Brown on floor.
A big 1.5 layout to finish off her routine. Great routine from Alexis Brown. A great recovery after that fall on balance beam, rotation before.
UC Davis right now on Florida, 48.975. They have a pair of 9.725, so that number should go up.
All right, Huntington, just talk about in the final rotation. It's time to stand up, stand up, and fight. Hornet, fight. Team now in your final 4-minute touch warm-up period. The lineup, same rotation in the 4. 4 UC Davis Volleyball, Yasmin Yentaparas, Alyssa Ida, Cameron Johnson, Kelly David, Alexis Barry, Gavin Ramirez, and Kara Jones in the exhibition. 4 Oregon State on the bars, Shane Connors, Mariana Carusi Pelia, Michaela Seaman, Alyssa Wiener, Mary Jacobson, Haley Briscoe, and Colette Yamamoto in exhibition. 4 Arizona State on the beam, Kyra Leonard Baker, Heather Buich, Ann Kuhn, Morgan Wilson, Asher Safransky, Justine Callis, and Caitlin Safransky in exhibition. 4 the Hornets on the floor, Carly Brown, Alexis Belknap, Julie Brenner, Lauren Schweitz, Caitlin Sola, and Amy Warrens. All scores after 3 rotations in 4th place with a score of 145.55, UC Davis. In 3rd place with a score of 146.5, Sacramento State. In 2nd place with a score of 146.825, Arizona State. And in 1st place with a score of 147.725, Oregon State.
We are back for rotation number 4. Alexis Brown score I shorted her. I said it was going to be a 9.825. It was a 9.925. So UC Davis to a 145.55. Just under a point behind Sacramento State going to this last rotation. As really we have a battle for first and a battle for third going on between these 4 teams. Let's give you a look so far at the leaders on each event. Right now, McKenna Singley and Mary Jacobson, both of Oregon State, the high marks on vault at 9.875. Alexis Brown, the leader on bars at 9.825. Kelly Hebert is the high mark on beam at 9.925. And Alexis Brown and Caitlin Yanish of Oregon State tied for first on floor at a 9.925. So it would be a strange twist where the Aggies could win every individual event and possibly finish 4th in the meet, as they're in 4th right now going in.
A tucked Yurchenko layout full.
Yasmin Yekstaparis.
For the Aggies. And the Beavers are on their stick campaign again on bars with a beautiful stuck double layout.
Cairo Leonard Baker leading off. On beam for Arizona State.
Slight wobble on her backhand spring layout step out. And a round off 1.5. Carly Pratt over on floor for the Hornets has had her first 2 passes were great.
Pratt had a career high last week as she was inserted into the lineup after Jordan Brent was injured and responded nicely. Kamadusta 9.8 for Oregon State to start them off on bars, and 9.7 from Yekstaparis for the Aggies on vault, the first 2 scores in.
And another big double layout absolutely stuck for Marina Calusi-Palau over on bars for Oregon State. Traditionally, bars is one of Oregon State's strongest events, and they're definitely showing that in their first 2 routines tonight.
Alyssa Ito scores 9.75 for UC Davis. It will be a 9.775 from Leonard Baker for the Sun Devils. And that was Cammie Johnson for UC Davis on vault.
Another Yurchenko layout full, slight step back on the landing.
I know a couple years ago, UC Davis had all 6 of their gymnasts do the same vault during the season. I guess there's pros and cons. So the pros are you only have to coach one way and worry about one vault. But from a creative standpoint, from a gymnast standpoint, would you be a little bored by that?
Maybe a little bit. You've seen in the past couple years after they devalued the Yurchenko layout full to the 9.9 start value, you've started to see a lot more creative vaults, those front entry vaults or a Yurchenko 1.5 you'll see from some of the bigger teams across the country. But just teams trying to get that 10.0 start value is important.
9.775 the score for Calusi-Palau.
Alexis Belkoff on floor now for the Hornets. 1.5 front layout. Just under-rotated that front layout a little bit. Maybe was going for the stick. Had to take a step back.
Belkoff is taking the place of Jackie Sampson, who was scratched after warm-ups. She jumped back in. Carly Pratt scored a 9.75 in the leadoff spot for Sacramento State.
Deep deep breath before Alexis's last tumbling pass. It'll be a double tuck dismount. Landed with her chest a little bit low. But a good routine for Alexis, being inserted into the lineup just tonight.
A 9-8 for Kelly Abear. Alexis Brown just went for UC Davis. We're about to get a bar routine from Oregon State. It should be Alyssa Minyard. McKenna Singley scores a 9-8 for Oregon State.
Alyssa starts her routine with a Jaeger into the shoot over down to the low bar. Double layout dismount, went for the stick, couldn't quite hang on.
Nine 7-7-5 from Udowith on beam.
There's a little bit of a different vault you saw from Davis. It's a Sukahara entry and a tuck 1.5 off the table. They're very excited about that vault.
9-8-5 from Alexis Brown.
Senior Jennifer Brenner on floor. The little funny punch in between those two elements. And unfortunately, her music stopped, so she will be forced to continue. The crowd is helping her out. This is something that doesn't happen very often, but you know, as a gymnast, you've done this routine a million times. You do it in your sleep. So even if there's no music, you know kind of the tempo, the pace. And as a senior, you know that the crowd's going to be behind her. Deep breath before her last pass. She'll end with a round up back handspring double tuck. Beautiful finish. Just imagine that music is finishing.
Tough to do. Imagine that you gotta keep the music in your head basically as you're going.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. But
so UC Davis's night has come to a close. They are finished at a 194.475. See if Brenner ends up with some courtesy points out of the scoring there, as the judges obviously have some sympathy for.
if I was a judge, I would maybe not deduct quite as much for that. It takes a lot of concentration.
.9875 to score for Ancum on beam for the Sun Devils, and a 9-9 for Mary Jacobson for Oregon State as their scores just continue to soar on bars. I believe it's going to be a 9.875 to score for Jennifer Brenner, a 9.9 from one judge, a 9.85 from the other.
Definitely well deserved for that routine.
And that would be a career high. It would tie her career high. It would be a season high.
Over to Lauren Schmeiss on floor. Recently added to the lineups on this event over the past couple weeks. Opens with a punch double full, very difficult pass. lot of fun choreography in this routine. Lauren Rice helped mix the music and choreograph the routine. You can definitely see some of her personality in this. Get a glimpse of bar routine from Oregon State and another stuck landing. And a good routine from Lauren Schmeiss for the Hornets.
9-7, 7-5 the score from Morgan Wilson for Arizona State. This is Ashley Zavransky, currently up on beam for the Sun Devils. Justin Callis to follow. He said UC Davis is done on vault, a 48.925. Oregon State, done on bars, a 49.125 for the Beavers. And things winding down for these last two teams. Arizona State on beam, Sacramento State on floor. It is a 9.875 for Brenner. That officially ties her career high.
Go over to Caitlin Solowata on floor for her final routine of the night and her career in the nest.
Big difference on the scores for Schmeiss, a 9.6 from Judge 1, a 9.75 from Judge 2. So that'll be a 9.675. These last two seniors, Caitlin Solowata, Annie Juarez, coming for Sacramento State.
Another routine with a lot of personality in the choreography. She will open with a round-off whip through to a double tuck. Great leaps from Caitlin. Showing off to the crowd and the judges. Front Rudy for her second pass. Great landing. One final pass. We will do a front handspring front full, front pike. Unfortunately goes out of bounds on that last pass. But a great routine from the senior.
So that will be a 10th neutral deduction off the final score for Caitlin Solowata.
Nice duck side aerial to a back full over on beam for Arizona State.
That was Justine Callis. That's the final competitor in their lineup. They will have an exhibition, possibly. Caitlin Zafransky still to go. Sacramento State will have their final competitor coming up, Annie Juarez. Can't see her right now, but getting some words of wisdom from the team's newest assistant coach, and Lauren Rice, who has spent most of this year as a coach on this team. She said does a lot of the choreography and music mixing already, but has really kind of embraced her role as a coach, and obviously in her blood growing up with her mom being she said, a highly decorated coach down in the Las Vegas area. But
definitely, Lauren has such a unique personality and perspective when it comes to gymnastics especially. I think she brings kind of this fresh air that after being so serious so long, growing up doing gymnastics, a lot of these gymnasts appreciate. Unfortunately, a mistake over on beam in the exhibition spot. You can see senior Annie Juarez in the background on floor. One final pass for Annie. Front handspring, 1.5 to the Shishinova. Great routine to end her career at home. Very, very emotional.
so with the neutral reduction, Caitlin Solowata finished at a 9.675. We'll await the score for Juarez. Sacramento State over a 195, though, without it, a 195.025. So the Hornets doing a good job here on the home floor of keeping things at a high number the last few meets. So Lawada finishes the all-around with a 39.1. And we'll see where Juarez comes in once the score is recorded. Annie right now on the night, so we try to pull up her scores, has a 9.775, 9.775, 9.875. So
maybe she'll get a 9.975. Just keep the trend going.
That would be a pretty big number, school record. Still waiting for that score to be posted. Actually, we will get it delivered before it gets posted. The final score for Annie Juarez, a 9.85. So that ties her, or sets her personal record on floor, and that will give Annie a 39.275, and so that will be a career high as well, and possibly could drop her in to a top 5 in the regionals.
Yeah, that's definitely a good all-around score, something that she needs if she is going to qualify for an NCAA regional spot.
Will, play the video first.
Keep my hands on myself. Pick out dust them off, put them back up on the shelf. Kiss my little baby girl is in need. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place.
results from tonight's competitions will honor our top 3 scores plus all ties. For the results on the vault, we have a 4-way tie for 3rd place with a score of 9.85 from Arizona State, Cairo Leonard Baker. From Oregon State, Caitlin Yenish. From UC Davis, Alexis Brown. And from Sacramento State, Caitlin Sullivan. And we have a 2-way tie for 1st place with a score of 9.875, both from Oregon State, Mary Jacobson and McKenna Sidley. The results from the bars competition. In 3rd place with a score of 9.825 from UC Davis, Alexis Brown. In 2nd place with a score of 9.85 from Oregon State, Haley Briscoe. And in 1st place with a score of 9.9 from Oregon State, Mary Jacobson. Results from the beam. We have a 4-way tie for 2nd place with a score of 9.875. From Arizona State, Ashley Safransky. And Ann Kuhn. From Sacramento State, Courtney Sololata. And Amy Lawrence. And in 1st place with a score of 9.925 from UC Davis, Kelly Hebert. Results from the floor. We have a 3-way tie for 3rd place with a score of 9.9 from Arizona State, Cairo Leonard Baker. And from Oregon State, Isis Lowry and McKenna Seaman. And we have a 2-way tie for 1st place with a score of 9.925 from Oregon State, Caitlin Yanish. And from UC Davis, Alexis Brown. The results from the all-around. In 3rd place with a score of 39.325 from Arizona State, Ann Kuhn. In 2nd place with a score of 39.375 from UC Davis, Kelly Hebert. And in 1st place with a score of 39.4 from Oregon State, McKenna Sidley. And now our final team results. In 4th place with a score of 194.475, UC Davis. In 3rd place with a score of 195.275, Sacramento State. In 2nd place with a score of 195.9, Arizona State. And in 1st place with a score of 196.85, Oregon State. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our competition evening. On behalf of Sacramento State Athletics and head coach Randy Scolari, thank you, Hornet fans, for your support here in 2018. Again, for more information on all Sacramento State athletic programs, log on to hornetsports.com, the official website or Sacramento State Hornets. And on behalf of Hornet Gymnastics and Sacramento State Athletics, my name is Will Schilling. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Nest in 2018. We'll see you back here in January for Sacramento State Gymnastics 2019. Please travel home safely and to wherever your travels may take you. Stickers up and go Hornets!
Fishing interviews? Yeah. Okay. 1 second.
Sorry to let you down, Murder.
Let me down?
That's not going to keep us close to the top 36. It's going to probably take us out of the running. Yeah.
You guys got what's your low score that you were counting right now?
What was our low? It was about the same.